Hello, Azhar sir. Hello, Ashish sir. Good morning. Saurabh sir has also come.
Hello.
Saurabh sir, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good
I mean,
morning.
good afternoon. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're looking good, Saurabh sir. Ashish sir, Azhar sir. All
Thank
looking
you,
good.
sir. Very much.
Sir, your background is perfect, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Saurabh sir, we are live now.
Yes.
This is not practice. This is live.
Sorry.
So, just wanted to inform you because you just came. You don't know. We were in practice earlier, but now we've started the real session. I hope this shirt looks all right, Saurabh sir.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay. Okay. So let us now. Is there anything you want to ask, Saurabh sir, Ashish sir, Azhar sir? Okay. Before we do anything else, let me make Mr. Azhar co-host. Mr. Azhar is now the co-host. Mr. Ashish and Professor Saurabh are the panelists. We have 10 people with us right now,
Yes, sir.
other than us, of course.
Yes, sir.
Prashant Atsule. Prashant Atsule, 2 devices. Dr. Nitin Gupta, welcome, sir. We should begin in 4 minutes. In the meantime, let me put the banner. Where is the banner? Just a moment. See the banner, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is visible.
We are so happy that Dr. Sudhir Andrews has so kindly consented to talk in today's webinar. We are waiting.
एमबीए में टोटल कितने बच्चे हैं अलीशा एमबीए में टोटल बच्चे कितने हैं तो सेकंड ईयर है ना हमारे पास हाँ सेकंड ईयर अभी स्टेट एग्जाम छोड़ा था टोटल 15 एग्जाम दिए थे
Mr. Saurabh Samadar.
Hey, hi, Mr. Saab, कैसे हैं? How are you?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can clearly. We are just
Thank
about
you
to
so
begin the
much.
webinar.
Yeah.
So I saw your name and I felt so excited for all the attendees and for everybody. I must tell you, Saurabh Samadar and I, we were together 25 years ago in IHM Meerut. 25 years ago, was it longer?
Would be yeah, around the same year. We are very true. You are very correct. Would be around the same time. What a lovely thing to mention, Mr. Mittal. I remember my days with you. They were fantastic, and I remember some good time that we spent together there. So how
I
are you
hope you're
doing?
doing well.
Yeah. You look like a mature vintage wine.
Wow. Wow.
That's a compliment, actually. Huh? It's so good to see you.
Chalo. Thank you.
Chalo,
Thank you
ठीक
very
है.
much.
I'll mute myself so you can start. Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. Vinay Punia, is it the same Vinay Punia that I remember or is it somebody else? Mr. Vinay Punia, would you please unmute?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vinay Punia, are you the same Vinay Punia that I know or somebody else?
Yeah, the same in graphic era.
No. I'm talking about 1987. I'm not talking
No,
recent.
that's not different.
All right. Thank you for coming and we look forward to interacting with you. Thank you, sir.
Chef Mittal,
Aji?
I have a student of yours who wishes to say you hi. If you can you watch me? Can you see me? See my video?
Do you want me to put you on the panel?
No, he's there. He can actually join.
Would you like to come on video for a moment?
That's a problem. I have a student of yours. That's what I was saying. He wants to say hi to you.
Would you like to come on video?
Yeah. Yes.
Allow me a moment. Yeah,
Okay.
you can switch on your video now. Yeah,
Okay.
I see you.
Sir.
I see you. I see you. Nice to see you. Look the same, Saurabh. Same.
Oh.
Look the
I
same.
haven't
Young.
changed a bit. Maybe
Yeah.
I've lost a little of hair here and there.
And who's this gentleman behind you?
He's one of your
Maybe you can recollect me.
a
No, I
brilliant.
can't. Okay, I think we have.
Hi.
We have the speaker. So let me mute all of you. Let me mute all of you, and let me please welcome the star speaker of the day, the presenter of the day, the greatly national awardee, international awardee, Dr. Sudhir Andrews, a person who does not need any introduction. Dr. Saab, welcome to this webinar from IHM Meerut. Dr. Saab, please unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. I just want to put on my, how do I get out of this? I want to put my PowerPoint on. Yeah. Just one second. Okay, can I
Dr.
have
Saab,
you? Can you
Dr.
have
Saab, I want to bow before you. I want to touch your feet. If you were in front of me, I would have touched your feet. You are my role model. You are not only just my role model, you are the role model for millions of people. Millions of people.
Thank you very much.
Your
Thank you
whole
very much.
life you have given to the youngsters and the aspiring hoteliers, and I mean, and following your footsteps only, I wrote those humble cookery books, you know.
Yes, yes. It seems to have inspired a lot of people for that.
Dr.
Thank
Saab,
you
with
very
your
much.
blessings, Dr. Saab, with your blessings, I would like to start the webinar.
Yes, I just want to put on my PowerPoint. Okay, just tell me if it has come on. Can you see it?
Yes, sir, we can. We can.
You can. It's clear, right?
Absolutely.
I'm going to put a slideshow.
Yes, sir. Let me begin the webinar, Dr. Saab, pehle.
Yeah.
First, let me inaugurate the webinar.
Yes,
then we can
please.
start with your. I would like the audience to know, the attendees to know who you are, because I know you and a lot of people know you, but we assume that nobody knows you, and we will give you a full introduction, full lamba introduction of yours, if you allow me.
Okay, thank you very much, all of you.
Dr. Saab, can you please stop sharing the screen?
Sharing the screen. Okay.
Stop sharing the screen, please.
Okay. Why?
Because I want to start the webinar.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I would now, after having said such things to Dr. Sudhir Andrews, I would like to briefly introduce the panel. The co-host of today evening is Mr. Azhar Hussain. Mr. Azhar Hussain is the person with the headphones. Yeah, he is the co-host. He is the associate professor, F&B services. The panelists, the co-host is Mr. Abhishek Charles Peter. Mr. Abhishek Charles Peter is a wonderful person. He's a faculty front office. Then we have two panelists, Mr. Ashish Tyagi. Mr. Ashish Tyagi is the coordinator, Dr. Saab. He is a very senior person in IHM Meerut. And we have Professor Saurabh Chandra. He's an engineer. He's an engineer, BTech engineer with 15 years of working experience at IHM Meerut. We all are here together to support you and to make your talk as meaningful and as effective as possible to all the attendees. I would like to officially now, please, if you permit me, Dr. Saab, I would like to officially start the proceedings of the webinar.
Would you like to wait a little, because I think people are still coming on, that are still coming on to this.
We will start with a prayer, Dr. Saab, if you allow me.
Pardon?
We will start with a prayer.
Oh, certainly, certainly.
Yes, yes. Please allow me, Dr. Saab. Thank you very much.
Please go ahead. I like that.
Dr. Saab, we invoke the blessings of Lord Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh with a small recital of the Gayatri Mantra. With your permission, please.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Thank you. Thank you. I invoke the blessings of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh that they bless us and they keep the next 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever time Dr. Sudhir Andrews is with us, because he's a very busy person and any moment his phone may ring and he may suddenly abruptly, say, I'm sorry, I have to go, and then there's nothing that we can do. So I pray to Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh that he keeps him with us, that they keep him with us for a very, very long time today, and we want to become so much more powerful, so much more knowledgeable, so much more richer in intellect today with the little brush that we are having with Dr. Sudhir Andrews. I would like to request Sir to please allow me to share a brief introduction of him, if you allow, sir. A small introduction of Dr. Sudhir Andrews.
May I? Good afternoon, Sudhir Andrew sir. I have the honor of introducing you. Although everybody knows, I will just give a brief introduction. Dr. Sudhir Andrews is a graduate of English Literature Honours from St. Stephen's College, Delhi, and an MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. He is the first MBA from the IIMs to join the hospitality industry in 1971 when he joined the Oberoi's Hotel. He rose quickly to corporate head the human resources of the Oberoi Hotels and set up the Oberoi Hotel School, now referred to as OCLT, and headed it as the director. He later led the human resources of ITC Welcome Group and rose to be the member personnel on the divisional board. He also commissioned the Welcome Group Graduate School of Hotel Administration in Manipal, Karnataka. Sir, the screen, please.
I was so busy clapping. He was the head of OCLD. OCLD is like a Makkah Madina for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He later joined the government and was principal of Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pusa, Delhi. He was sent on a fellowship by the Government of India to Ireland and England, bringing back a model of hospitality education. He was on the boards of the National Council of Hotel Management and Catering Technology and several items in the north and west of India. He was on the National Hotel Classification Committee and also worked with the UNDP, ILO and WTO on education and training projects. He moved to Dubai and spent 15 years serving as a director HR of a prestigious hotel chain, group vice president HR for a multinational Arab company, consultant to the ruler of Dubai, and consultant with a British HR firm. He set up the first Arab hotel school in UAE in collaboration with Hotel School Montreux, Switzerland. He was the Dean of the Hospitality School at IIMT Oxford Brookes, Gurgaon for a year. He later set up École Hôtelière Lavasa as Dean Academics, which was set up in collaboration with École Hôtelière de Lausanne, Switzerland. He was sent to Lausanne for training. He is presently a distinguished adjunct professor of management with Oro University, Surat. He is also the chairman of the advisory board. He is the author of 11 hospitality books published by McGraw-Hill Education Publishing. They are accepted as the official textbook reference books of hospitality education in India and Southeast Asia. For his contribution to hospitality education in India, he has received the following awards: Rashtriya Gaurav Award 2010, Rajiv Gandhi Award for Excellence for 2010, Best Citizen of India Award 2010, International Intellectual Achievement Award 2010.
Oh my God, Saurabh sir, aren't you losing your breath?
मैं थक गया sir. Really sir, amazing sir, amazing.
And this is one person. All this is one person.
Yeah, I can't believe sir. I really can't believe. All India Business and Community Award for Educational Excellence 2010, International Status Award Excellence in Hospitality Education 2013, Shri Ram Award for Best Management Thought 1986 presented by the President of India. He has been conferred a Doctor of Literature honoris causa by the Open International University promoted by WHO UN based at Colombo, Sri Lanka for his contributions to the education and merits of excellence in South Asia. His name was nominated by the Economic Growth Society of India. He was awarded this at the World Congress of Integrated Medicines at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on the 25th June 2013. Sir, I am really honored, sir.
Thank you very much.
Is presently a thought leader and gives specialist lectures at many colleges including Lovely University, Phagwara, Chitkara University, Chandigarh, Christ College, Bangalore, GD Goenka University, Gurgaon, Banarsi Das Chandiwala University, New Delhi, Punjab University, Chandigarh, and Dehradun University, Amity Hospitality School, Mauritius, and many hospitality schools including IHMs under the National Council of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a long read, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
sorry,
Mr.
but please put your phone on switch off mode, kind of, so that nobody disturbs you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just just requesting, Sir, I would like to now begin the proceedings of the webinar. I would like to thank the management of IHM Meerut. I would like to thank all the faculty, the staff, the Director Administration of IHM Meerut, Colonel Suresh Gupta. I would like to thank all the staff and all the students of IHM Meerut for making this possible. I must tell you, Dr. Saab, that we are, with your permission, we would like to go live on Facebook with this webinar. And even though we don't have as many attendees right now because there are so many online programs going on currently, so we don't have many attendees right now, but I can promise you at least 1,000 views on Facebook within 2 or 3 hours of our finishing this.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
yeah. So with that thought, I would like to request you to kindly begin the webinar.
Thank you for making the initial contact with me. I'd like to now share my presentation, which is where I had face-to-face interaction with students at huge auditoriums and asked them what is digital. And I was very surprised that they are living in the digital age and they didn't know what is digital. So I'd like to open your eyes on this, and let me see. Yeah. Digital is the transaction of information and business from screen to screen.
Yes.
What we are doing right now is digital. I have a screen before me, you have a screen before you, and we are communicating. So this is the meaning of digital. I mean, students have been saying digital means technology, digital means no, 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 no. It is very specific that information and commerce is going to be from screen to screen. Okay, it's already started, as you see. Okay. Now, the mantra of digital society is two words: disruption and innovation. This must be remembered by all the students. It's very important to know this. Disruption and innovation. Disruption means looking at anything that is there and saying to yourself, how can this be done in a different way? It's very much like the light bulb that is there. Light bulbs used to always be the traditional bulb, and they still are. Till somebody said, why should bulbs be in this shape? And so they produced long bulbs and curved bulbs and all sorts of bulbs, okay? That's what I mean. We have normal things around us every day, and yet we have an opportunity to create something new. So it's not a big deal of creating something new. Now, look at disruption. We have had a major disruption through the COVID-19. And this disruption has brought about an innovation called Zoom. And Zoom has multiplied like anything across the world. And today, we are communicating with each other through Zoom. So this is what I mean. A situation has come, somebody thought of it, created a software like this called Zoom, and here we are. We are communicating with each other and around the world, okay? Now, there is a beautiful state of education at this moment, okay? I would say a beautiful state of education in the world at this moment. What is that? We have the Gen Z who were born after 1996, who have grown up on tablets, smartphones, and apps. And these people are our students today. All our students today are Gen Z. They have a natural tech savviness, and the whole world has to be technologically influenced. Okay. Then we have the Gen Y, who are born after 1992 and have personal computers, self-game systems, who are today the professors and teachers and the faculty of Gens. So if you have this kind of two generations together, we have a very heady cocktail. And therefore, I request Mr. Anand Mittal that we have the faculty here. So on this particular talk, because I would like us be on the same page. Okay. Now, look at this. This chart has been made by the World Bank. The brown lines is the working age population, and in 2016. And here we are 2020 already. So these brown bars will be going further up. And the jobs by 2027, okay, way ahead, okay, are the light brown. So can you see the disparity between unemployment and inequality? So I'm going to teach, hopefully by the end of this, is change your mindsets completely so that we can go into the light brown. And in case we fall into the dark brown, what should we do? This is what my objective is here. This is a typical career plan. If we look at the right at the bottom, which is a light pink, you will see that's the time we spend time in the college. There are 4 that we can do. One is join our family business if we are in the family business. 2, we can go and work in a hotel. We can go for higher studies, and if we had an intellectual bent of mind, higher studies mean even going to PhD and joining academia. Okay, and the 5th is become an entrepreneur, right? The 4th is to become an away. So now, what I would urge the faculty is to prepare them for all these 3 and recognize their potential as to how successful they will be in these 4 areas. Okay, that is very, very vital to college days. Okay, now what is going to happen is that a person goes for a job. On the extreme left is the blue. If people go only 11 years work. Why? Because the place wants only the hotel industry, travel industry want only youth. Why? Because they are fresh, they come with the latest knowledge from the universities. They are ambitious. They've got plenty of energy. They'll slog for 12 hours, and they are anxious to succeed and rise fast. Yes, it can be extended beyond 35 unless one sort of re-engineers yourself. It is very much like the cricketers. What did the ODI cricket team? We all love cricket and have followed team cricket. When they reach the age of 35, they are treated like veterans and they retire. And when they retire, what happens? They re-engineer themselves to become coaches, to become TV anchors, radio anchors, to become open academies, to become coaches, to be commentators, and so many things like that. Okay? Yes, Mr. Anand, you raised your hand.
Observe, I would like to interrupt for a second here. I have Dhyanchand
Yes,
Stadium.
please.
Been to Dhyanchand Stadium, and Dhyanchand, the wizard of hockey,
Okay, yeah.
he was selling peanuts outside Dhyanchand Stadium.
Yes.
I just
Things from the old system. He didn't re-engineer himself. Whereas the modern kids, what happens is they, like our cricketers, they re-engineer themselves to become all these things that I've listed. So the older generation, like mine, have a different kind of a view of life, you know, and say that that's my life. Whereas this is what I'm trying to tell the students as well as the faculty, that you have to constantly re-engineer yourself to survive and not be in that brown long bars. Okay. Now, I'm giving a gift to all the students, and that's the secret of success. The secret of success is, by fun, I mean having a passion for your job. By mastery, I mean going to the nth degree in getting a job. That's enough. Also important to know people life. Let's look at fun. When we lose very creatively, unconsciously, they play a passion. And in those days, I mean, what mattered to them? Trying themselves. Want to become, they have to keep him anxious to feel complete. This is the offering your passion to the student. My dears, the divine, everybody, okay, every tap. And we need to harness that and life for will give you an example. And I was writing at 4 in the eve, parents come back, had come back. I just went in writing. I was long, such cheaping, birds cheap. And it happened. And I so came in because I was in and is writing. So this is a good example. You know. Now, the thing is improve your day. We must cause the grow your playing ground, younger generation ground. That was what continues field of that, not at the it goes on and on. Information able to talk a lot, such a lot. So it stops. But I enjoy it. So it doesn't matter. To get the application, subscribe to your field, trade associate of your field, make a network expert, spend the craft, download talks on YouTube, explore and be flexible. What I'm using your fund possibility plan B because you can change. And okay, so work is start from now building your contacts, and the best contacts that you can build as starters is your own classmates and your own faculty. Okay, they are the ones. Why classmates is because this is the age of innocence. This is the age of innocence where all of you together are sharing disappointments, sharing joy, sharing being pulled up, hauled up for something, and all airs that a student may have is stripped down, and everyone is sharing it, okay, together, which makes that bonding very, very, very special. And what I do when I actually am addressing students in the auditoriums is I say, look to your left and look to your right. Those two people could well be someone who's going to save you somewhere later in life. Because in a batch of students, there are going to be a few successful, highly successful people. So if they are successful, they rather have their own friends that they knew in college in their ranks and in their businesses or whatever it is. Okay, so network is very important. Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. I've got all the buttons out here, which presses the, okay. So we have come to fun, mastery, and network. Now, what I would say to the students in their college life is to look at this buffet. We've all seen a buffet like this. This buffet, now imagine that these buffets are subjects. What the college offers the students, you all, is this buffet. Let's say the first dish is food and beverage service. The second dish is front office. Third dish is housekeeping. Fourth dish is accounting. Fifth dish is whatever, computer, and other dishes, and so it goes on. Okay. So just like a buffet, you try to try out all the dishes. So what they have done is, what the college does is makes you compulsorily try out all the dishes to find out what is your fun. So like in a buffet, there is one dish that you like very much, so you go for the second helping and the third helping. And not only that, you tell everybody around, hey, try that dish, it's very good. Okay. So what happens is every student, and that's where the faculty come in to help them in this process to select their fun. And I would say to the students, treat your faculties as very close mentors. They are very knowledgeable and have a lot of, they have studied a lot to reach there. and experience, and therefore you should use their experience to guide you. Don't feel shy of staying or only interacting with them in the classroom. That doesn't work. Sit down and have lunch with them, find out certain things, poke at their brains and find out. So this is how you would find your fun, okay? The dish of your life that you like to have. Now that dish becomes your fun. Now you have to do during your 4 years or 3 years, whatever is your course length is, you're going to, apart from trying out the other dishes, you are going to start perfecting this particular dish that you have liked. Okay? Now let's look at working life. As I said, working life is going to be like an ODI cricket team. Organization would, in forming teams, would like to have specialists as openers, specialists as middle order batsmen, specialists as wicketkeeper batsmen, and all-rounders. All-rounders mean in the working this thing, they are multi-skilled, okay? Leg spin bowler, off-spin bowler, and so on and so forth. So this is how the teams are going to be formed, of specialists. That means they have mastery in that subject. But you see, there are two blue words I have put here. One is called talent, and one is called workhorses. The talent are the ones who more or less guide the team towards success. Now, who are the talent people in the Indian cricket team? People like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Dhawan, maybe KL Rahul. Before it was MS Dhoni. Talent. You could rely on them. They would come out, save you, set the scores for you. And the workhorses are the one who keeps the wheel moving. Yes, they may make an odd 50 or 60 and things like that. But actually, they are contributing small amounts and they are not very consistent. Whereas every 3 innings, they will have the talent will have a century. So today, the organization, and this comes also after COVID-19, and I'm going to show you that, are looking for talent, specialists who are good at something. Okay? And they're not wanting workhorses because they already have workhorses. Okay. They want people who will make a difference to their organization. That's what they want.
That's right.
So, or to add value to their organization. Okay. There's another concept that I'd like to mention to the students, and that is called point casting. Point casting is, in a broad subject, you specialize in a very narrow field within that broad spectrum. So if it is front office, say you narrow it down and said, I will only specialize in revenue management. Or if you're looking at food and beverage production, you will say, I will concentrate only on ice carving or butter sculpture. Okay, find a niche. Now that makes you a specialist, like the opener and the middle order and all that. So if you do become a specialist, then you're always in demand. You see? You're always, and what happens in that specialism is that you can start your own business with that specialism. Okay? So this is point casting. Now, organizations used to be like this, and we are all used to it. We have top bosses out there, top management, senior management, junior. Yes, Azhar, you want to ask something?
Dr. Sudhir and you, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, sir. It's our pleasure to have you here with us.
Okay.
Today, I would like to ask, there are some questions we are seeing here. There are some questions which have been, there are so many hands raised. So I would like to ask Mr. Abhishek Charles Peter, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir, I have one question. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please.
So my question is actually is from the first couple of slides which were you were discussing, as you told that basically in our industry, what the time span really matters and what the demand of the industry is for the youth. Yes, obviously we understand. But as the time period being discussed by you, I mean, it's somewhere from between 11 years to 15 years. So, I mean, when the experience come, when we go on to the higher positions, so will that, I mean, time period can be extended to 20 years, 25 years, 30 years?
So what's your question?
So the time period can be increased with that, or it has a
Yes.
limitations from 11 to
Okay,
50 years only?
that's
Yes,
an
sir.
interesting observation you've made. Yes, you can improve it, but you won't be in the, shall I say, the branded hotels. Okay? Branded hotels are always under the push from their parent brands to come up with novelty and do these kind of things like the Marriotts and the Hyatts and all. A person can extend his, as say, a workhorse, can extend his use by going away from branded hotels into the other hotels. Now, here's an interesting statistic which I want to tell you. Do you know the branded hotels constitute only 5% of the lodging inventory? That 5% comes to about 1.4 lakh rooms. 95% comes from B&Bs, guest houses, unbranded budget hotels, and so on and so forth. 95%. So yes, that 95% can be exploited. And you can be like, you have, let's look at a thing, you have some very beautiful highway motels, very beautiful ones, They have children's park and all that kind of things. Yes, you could rise to be the general manager of that because they are not going to be spending on technology and all to be ahead. Okay, there is a huge number of properties that are going to be still in the old system. Okay, but the new system is what I'm talking about. If you want to get there, because everybody aspires to be in branded properties and all that, then you have to think differently. Okay. And B&Bs and now, Airbnb is such a big thing. It's taking away the complete market share of all the, I have a picture, but it's not in this slide, how they're just swallowing the market share of all the branded hotels here, Airbnb. I hope I've answered your question. Yeah.
Yes, you have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhir Andrews. Before you proceed further, may I ask Mr. Ashish Tyagi, do you have any question to ask?
Yes, sir. I do have one question to ask. Sir, you said that workhorses or workhorses would be shuffled. Like the people who are skilled, they would be there in the organization. So there would be a shuffling of manpower after COVID-19?
Oh, let me come to COVID-19. Right now, I'm talking about the digital age, okay? I will promise you, I'll just park this question a little later. When I come to COVID-19, then we'll talk about this and you can definitely, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen after COVID-19. But I will not forget your question.
Right.
May I proceed, please?
Thank you, sir, please.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what our normal normal hierarchy is in a pyramid. The future organization is going to be like this. That is the frontline staff who make and create the customer delight are the ones who matter, because they are the ones who are going to be face to face serving the guest. And therefore, but don't think of the frontline staff with the receptionists and things that you have seen in hotels till today. They will be what is called knowledge workers. And I will tell you that what kind of tasks they will have, jobs they will have later. So now the frontline are the most important because they're in touch with the customer. The next is the specialists, technical support, who support the frontline staff. And finally, the leadership. The leadership here now, the latest concept is servant leadership. What it means is the leadership keeps providing the resources and policies to assist the performance of the frontline staff and technical support. That's their job. They're not going to get involved in operations like we have general managers right now. Our general managers right now are typical people from the hotel background, okay, who come like this and all that. But the general managers of the future are going to be called business managers, because a hotel is more or less like a small or medium-sized company, and some of them are even bigger than that. So what they are looking for is somebody with an MBA who has business, and I'll tell you what is their kind of job so that you will have an idea, you know. This my host attitude that was there in my generation will not work here. Here is a totally different approach to leadership even. Okay. Now, who are the front line? And any employee in direct or indirect contact with the paying customer is the front line. The role, now look at the front line I told you, okay? Operational planning and budgeting, scheduling and team allocation, accountable for results through customer delight, monitoring results and self-audit, problem solving, teamwork, also with outsourced teams. I will talk about outsourced teams later on, maintaining service standards. Now, these people will be supported by a whole lot of technology, artificial intelligence to do all this. And it's evolving, just like we have today the, what is that? Forget the front office software. Anyway, it'll come to my mind.
Delio.
Delio or the other one. They do a lot of things that a front office did manually, you know. So like that, all these things are very managerial in outlook, but actually they are knowledge workers who will be paid maybe 3 times more than what the receptionist is getting right now for starters. You know, they are very, very intelligent, important people who make a difference. That's the front office. Now look at this competencies that they have. The competencies is smile. And this is my thing to the students. If you don't have a smile, don't plan to come to take on a frontline job, please. I used to, when I was in Oberoi's and ITC, that's the first thing I used to notice. When they walked in for an interview, were they smiling, or were they looking like Dukhi Atmas, you know? So, but there are people who have a natural smile, and they're always smiling. They're the ones who are there in the front, just like you see that picture where they're smiling. They have to be self-managing. Now, this is a very huge area, but it's a separate topic altogether. Self-managing means we actually, in India, we spoil our children. And we try to, in thinking of being progressive and all, we try to make their life easy, okay? So there is maybe somebody who Who wakes them up? Who puts on the geyser for them? Who gives them their morning juice, orange juice? And also somebody who's cooking for them, okay, washing the dishes for them, sweeping the floors for them, doing the gardening for them. That's a typical child in our system. That will not work. They must start doing things themselves. And then only they can be able to manage themselves. And one of the questions that will be asked post-COVID is, what do you do at home? How do you contribute to your family? That will be a question. And they will see how self-managing you are, how active you are. Then they have to be relational, obviously, because they're dealing with customers. Service-oriented, tech savviness, that is there because we are having AI at its best. Creative problem solvers, well-groomed, and self-disciplined. Yes, Anand.
Dr. Saab, I would like to interrupt you for a second.
Yes.
I would like to inform you that all our faculty at IHM Meerut have done so many courses that you'll be surprised to know. Each faculty has done at least 20 courses online on how to manage COVID, how to look at that, how to learn German, how to this, how to that.
Yeah.
At least 20 courses, each faculty. And it was not an imposition, it was just a suggestion that while you are, just now you said that
why not?
It will be a very important question that what did you do during this time?
Yes.
And I'm so proud to tell you that our faculty is very progressive and very intelligent, and they have not wasted their time, and they, even before you said it, they have followed you. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah, but thank you very much. But what I'm saying is to the students who are going to go for interviews, you see, it's the students who I'm addressing right now. They have to be also very active. Have they learned a new skill? Have they read up something? Have they, done? There's so many courses going on. Supposing somebody wants to do marketing, there's digital marketing online. You can learn all those things. So those are the questions for students. I'm very glad that these boys, and continuous learning is a way of life for us. Okay, now let's come to the specialist. The specialist is an ultimate authority in a specialized field. Okay, ultimate authority in a specialized field. His or her competencies has the highest qualifications in the field, continuous learning and upgrading oneself, upgraded certifications, because technology is going to have a lot of certifications coming your way. Quality execution, add value to the frontline staff, creative problem solvers, innovators, adaptive to new technologies. Now, we have these technologists coming to our house to fix a plumbing problem, or to fix the fridge, or to fix the microwave, or whatever. But they are a pitiable sense compared to this, because they may have the skill, but they just don't have the soft skill. And the first thing is time. If they say, I'll come in 1 hour's time, they don't. They will come by the evening. So these support staff that are going to be in organizations have to have a whole lot of soft skills too. The concern for time, the concern for relations, and all that kind of thing to be effective. As a matter of fact, what is going to happen is the frontline staff are going to be, the frontline staff are the ones who are going to be assessing the support staff and saying, were they useful to you? What did they do for you to be more effective? Okay. It's already started in Dubai, so I can tell you that. Now look at the leadership team. Who's going to be the leaders? All the things that are here are alien to us. It is from different other fields. The general business manager is the general manager of the hotel. Then he's a business manager. Then strategic planners and business developers, finance and money market traders, mergers and acquisition experts, corporate affairs, government liaison and CSR, talent consultant, acquisition, deployment, alignment, legal advisors and company secretary, and so on and so forth. Okay? And their job is to do this, because now they're at the bottom. They have to set the vision, do the strategic planning, motivating and inspiring, managing change, because change is happening very fast, legal knowledge and compliance, performance management, soft skills, conflict resolution, time management, social engagement. Okay. Now, I'll skip this thing because I would like to now. What is happening to hotels also, and this is what I experienced in Dubai, and also in France, and also in London, and also in Canada, is that hotels, and what they're going to do is concentrate only on rooms. And what they are going to do is outsource all their other functions. They won't have it captive. So they will build a restaurant and they will outsource it to somebody. Okay? And concentrate only on rooms, because that's what is the main business. And I'll give you the list of outsourced services that we do. So the hospitality jobs that are valued right now, or will be for the students, is data analysts, front office associates, I told you, knowledge workers, revenue managers, owners of outsourced services, estate managers, because we're going into the leasing business, banquet coordinator, concierge, maintenance engineers, IT specialists, and chefs. Okay? The chefs they have, because if they are catering to groups, they will need to have a 24-hour restaurant for groups and large numbers. So you'd have to have a small kitchen operation going, especially for groups. Okay.
Yes.
But the restaurants will be all outsourced to branded restaurants. Now let's look at a very important thing for the future. Yes, sir.
Before you proceed any further, Dr. Saab, I would like to say that you have a God gift of making gagar in a sagar, you know. Sagar in a gagar. I'm sorry. You have a way of explaining things so well, pictorially, verbally. I mean, it is not just that you write well. You think well. You think well, you see. And when you can think well, you can express well. So that is my observation, because this is the first time that you're teaching me, you know, and I'm loving it.
It's my creative sense that I have, creativity, to even select the right slides and to put it together. I do a lot of research on all this. Thank you very much. Now, I want to tell the faculty, and I keep telling all the faculty with who all have done a similar thing, that entrepreneurship is the thing of tomorrow. You saw that brown bar, you know, when I showed that inequality chart. What are those people going to do? What they're going to do is start their small business. I'll tell you, a student in Oro University, he surprised me. He comes from a very good family. And he says, sir, I'm going to be an advanced thela wala. I said, what? Okay, tell me. He said, my thela will be nice scallops and, you know, it'll look very nice and chic and all the wheels will be nice. And I'm going to park it outside and I'm going to serve biryani. I'm going to serve biryani, and this biryani will be, I'll park myself outside corporate offices. and college, universities. And make a, but the biryani will be consistent and has to be very, so he's taken a very, the point casting that I took, he took biryani as his specialty. And he says, I'm going to sell. He's done his business study, business analysis of the market. And he says, I will get 40,000 rupees per day. Per day. He says, with that kind of, in cash, with that kind of income, I can have a Audi car, I can have a lovely bungalow, I could have everything, go on foreign holidays with that kind of income coming my way. Now, a very big move was that he was thinking small, but his vision was very big, actually. He's thinking of a small business, which is, he's a telawala serving biryani outside corporate offices. That's it. Okay. So, but what is important is that he shed away all his egos, his what will people think, and all those kind of things. He says, I don't care. They are not going to support me. I have to support myself. So he says, this is what I'm going to do. I wished him all the best. He must have already started it, but he had made a business plan for that. So my request to the students is start thinking of a business in a small way. Now, I'll give you examples of some of my students. My students already now, they're all big people. But some of my students, what they went into, one girl went with her mother into making cakes, special cakes, specialty cakes. Another girl also tied up with this one. It became point casting. She was excellent in icing, making very fabulous icing presentations on a cake, Another person, what he did in Dubai, a student of mine, he says, I'm going to sell small these amenities that are in the room, like pads and pencils and things like that. He said, I'm going to sell that to hotels. And I will be the person who has the best of that. Another person also said, another student of mine has gone into linen business. He contributes bed linen for the hotels. People buy from him bed linen from the hotel. He's gone all over the world, Egypt, studied all his knowledge of cloth and things like that. And now he is selling, and he's a millionaire. He drives in a Jaguar and all that. Okay? So something starts, an idea small, automatically it goes big. Now, what I request the faculty is give the students that vision. And the students don't think, again, here, it's self-managing. Please don't think that it will be all fed to me. No, what is going to happen to you is that you have to think for yourself and bounce your ideas with others. Nobody is going to feed you with any idea. It has to come from deep within you. And here's another story I'm going to tell you. A boy sent me from Calcutta, sent me not an email, but he sent me a messenger note. And he said, I and my family plan to commit mass suicide. I mean, I don't know how he connected with me, found me, sent me this sad message, because I see no future after COVID-19. So first I had to tell him that things have changed, and therefore now you have to think in a different way and dig deep inside you and find out what you can do. Why do you have to be a slave to anybody? Because you're working somewhere, and why do you have to be a slave? Why don't you be your own master? And think about it and let me know. In 2 days' time only, in 2 days' time, he says, sir, I come to give you good news. I am providing home food for bachelors in Kolkata. I got my first 15 orders. I came to thank you, and this, me and my wife are doing this. It is for bachelors, okay? It's a very limited market. And they welcome it. So it's within you. You can think of something like that, as small as that, and make a business of it. Okay? Now, outsource services. One of the things that I recommend the students to do after they have been said goodbye from the hotels, or if they want to get into it immediately, is all these things you can do. Just have a look at this slide. You can go into training and development, transport, people. Now after COVID-19, transport is becoming a very important thing. So organizations would like to transport their own staff and have a control on that instead of them going by metro and buses and all that and coming into the organizations with COVID, you know. So transport business, security business, staff catering, housekeeping. Oh, that's a big business. Housekeepers today are in top demand because safety and sanitation and hygiene is topmost in everybody's mind right now. Recruitment and payroll, accounting, advertising, events, PR. And on the right, you see clinics and creches. Now that women are coming in a very big way into the workforce, you may like to open clinics and creches, uniform maintenance and laundry, horticulture and florists. Now that may be your interest. You can become a fabulous florist and supply hotels because they have all these flower arrangements and lobbies and things like that. Carpet shampoo. I remember a lovely, very smart Afghan couple in Canada who had this little van and they had this carpet shampoo machine. And they used to come to hotels and do a shampoo of the carpets. Busy, very busy. Okay, this was in Canada, in Calgary. Then chandelier cleaning, window cleaning, and mega complex dynamics. Mega complex dynamics means now the hotels, how they plan, the big hotels, will plan to attach themselves to a mall, which has movie halls and children's playgrounds and restaurants and shops and everything. Behind, they will have long stay accommodation, they will have commercial offices and all that. What they are doing now, the big hotels, is planning to create footfalls in that way, okay? So like you have in Gurgaon, we have this ambience mall. You have the Kempinski, Leela Kempinski attached to that ambience mall. And in that mall itself, there are so many opportunities for students to get something to do. On the right-hand side, I can't read all the boxes because this camera thing is there, but it's housekeeping services, bakery supplier, butchery supplier, gym, beach management, linen supply, pest control. These are all the jobs you can do if you have an interest in those things. Beauty salons and spas, pool management, just pool management. Yes, sir. Yes, Anand.
Dr. Saab, this is a ton of information on the screen right now.
Yes.
And I don't know whether to look at you, whether to listen to you, note down all this. I don't know what to do.
Don't look at
I
me,
must
please.
tell all my attendees, and I must tell you, Dr. Saab, that they don't need to worry.
Yeah.
All this is getting telecast on Facebook. They can go home and instantly, or even while we are watching, they can watch it. You know, it is being, so all this information is for them to keep. So they don't need to worry, they don't need to take any notes.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you the Gen Z people, what they must be doing. They must be taking a photograph. They're all tech savvy, right? They'll take their mobile and do a click of this slide, maybe.
There is no need for all that because
Yeah,
it is live on Facebook. Also,
Yeah.
Dr. Saab, I would like to ask you to give your voice a little rest because it's been a long time since you've been talking, and I would like to seek your permission to launch a poll, Dr. Saab.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
take a poll. I want to engage the attendees. May I
Yes.
please launch a poll? Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab, the poll is about, the question which I'm going to ask all the attendees is, how do
Yes.
you like Dr. Sudhir Andrews on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh boy.
1 being lowest and 10 being highest. The poll
Okay.
has been launched, and I would like to request all the attendees to kindly quickly do it because Dr. Sudhir Andrews is a busy person and he's a very creative person, so we don't want to annoy him or we don't want to lose him. So quickly. So far we have 15 answers. I will end the poll as soon as we have at least 30 answers. So far, 95% of the attendees have told us that you are 10 out of 10. 95% of the attendees have told us that you are 10 out of 10. And
Thank you, students.
there is one attendee who has cut some marks
Okay.
and he has given you 9 out of 10.
Okay. Must be something. Thank you very much. I wish he can tell me what is that mark he had. You can find out later because I can improve with that.
I'm ending the poll now and I would like to share the results with you, Dr. Saab, and with all the attendees and with all the panelists.
Wow, that's great.
That's you. That's you. So it's not just me or it's not just the panelists, it's not just IHM. The whole world has got this opinion about you.
Thank you. You really make me feel so good. I'm very touched.
May I please remove these results, Dr. Saab?
Yes, please. May
Thank
I
you, sir.
continue?
Yes, please.
What I'll do now, let me see, is come to your COVID thing. Okay? Scenario. In the COVID scenario, point number one, I'm going to go through each point very carefully. To the students, I will say, be prepared for online education from now on. To the faculty, I say, please invest in a robust online system in your college. Even if people come back to university, online education is the future of tomorrow. And it is even more lucrative in the sense that people at the Gen Z think this way, why should I do my higher education now? I can do it later. Let me do something and get some experience. Or they may say, let me just tour the world. Of course, they can't do it now, but normally they say 1 year breaks, sabbatical, and then I'll come and do. Now they can come back at any time to do their online education. And move from, and this is for the faculty, to move from pedagogy to andragogy. As we all know, pedagogy is teacher-led education, and andragogy is student-led learning. Okay? Now, andragogy, so the faculty will have to train on online education, how to introduce andragogy in learning. The worst thing we can do is give a lecture to the students like we do in a classroom. That's the worst thing in online education. Yes, in online education, you may have experts from around the world who will give that lecture, okay? But the teachers won't give. The learning has to happen and the research has to happen by the students themselves. They will do it in groups. Again, they'll have chat rooms and things like that on the particular system where they can discuss and make a PowerPoint presentation, and that PowerPoint presentation will be evaluated by the faculty. And what he will do is a top up of any points, important points they have missed in their presentation. That's it. He's not taking, so his contribution is only going to be 10 or 20% of a session. 80% is the student who's going to give the press, because what you're helping them to develop is research skills, critical analysis skills, collaborative skills, and the art of how to learn. Okay, so they're learning by themselves, knowing and looking for sources and things like that. And let me tell you one thing. This generation, the millennial generation, are very smart, pretty smart. I mean, they know how to do this. And I did this in École Hôtelière Lavassa, and oh, they were amazing. They just blew my mind. They were able to bring in clips and all sorts of things with their tech savviness. It was a wonderful experience. So the next point is the future mantra is skills. Okay, this is wonderful. Folks, students, the future mantra is going to an organization with skill sets. Okay. Now, the NASCOM, who is a representative of business, the business people, what they said was, we are still going to hire young people from colleges. Now we will not go there ourselves. Everything will be done on screen. So there will be an outsourced person interviewing them against certain parameters for the organization. They're going to have online tests, just like the poll you did, online tests, and they are wanting to see a demonstratable, unique skill. Now, the challenge for you students is develop a unique skill. And I'm going to show you a film clip just now after this, a short clip in terms of what I mean. You're going to actually photo yourself demonstrating a certain skill that you have, okay? And companies will only recruit those with unique skills, okay? Now, that is the talent. Organizations are saying, we just want somebody unique who will add value to my business. We don't want to have an also-ran person, a person who says, me too. They are looking for people who have thought about it and want some unique thing. Now, be prepared to work this is for the students, in bed and breakfast establishments, guest houses, unbranded budget hotels, and so on and so forth. You don't have to work in five-star hotels. Why? Because you are getting experience in the field that you are going to open a business later. Don't forget those brown bars I showed. The small little, beige bar. That is the kind of competition there is. So your plan B has to be a business you'll start. Now you may say, sir, where will I get that? There's plenty of money. People are only looking for a unique idea. Think, create, okay? Do disruption, okay? Okay. Be prepared to work in B and C cities. This is the question that I was answering with one of our panelists. And that was that people always want to work in prime cities. No, you can go to B and C cities which have also very good hotels. Very good hotels. And be prepared to work there too, to continue your employability, because they will take time to become very, shall I say, tech savvy. Be ready for a digital lifestyle. I have no problem. You people will be very, you are already ready for a digital lifestyle. Develop an entrepreneurial skill. I think you would be having an entrepreneurial subject. If not, you have to introduce it. And please empower the students how to start a business. Use job to open your own business later. Think that means you're selecting your job. You are selecting with your unique the kind of job which will help you to understand customers, blah, 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 to open your own business. Okay. Think of transferable skills to other businesses. I've got a slide for that, which I'll show you just now. Be adaptable to changing technologies. I have no worry you people will be able to adapt to those things. Okay, this is for the students. This is what the people want, and you have to deliver. No longer me toos, okay? That everybody is doing, no, you have to be unique. And your faculty are there to help you in that process. Now, the skill part of it that you're going to go with has these various stages. And when you leave college, you are going to come to stage 3 from the bottom, which is a specialist, a purposeful use of skills. Okay? Then while you're working, you are working towards being an expert through creative uses of skills to solve other people's problems. And finally, you become an inventor, innovation, using skills to lead people. Okay? So there you go. You have these various stages of craftsmanship there. So use this time in college to do the first 2 things. Acquiring basic skills, motivational use of skills, playing around, trying to experiment here and there and all that. And by the time you graduate, you have a unique skill with you. I'll skip this. Now, people may say, sir, what if I don't have a skill? I mean, if I want to be in front office, what is the skill I will have? Or if I'm going into a general management kind of a job, what kind of skill will I have? There are 7 C's of skill here. Critical thinking, this is what they want. Creativity, collaboration, cross-cultural understanding. Oh, I have a slide which I won't show now, but what kind of people will be working with you is going to blow your mind. Communication, computing skills, I don't have problems with that with you. Career and learning, self-reliance, managing change, lifelong. Things are going to change and you have to manage it. Just like we are managing now when COVID came from nowhere and put us locked up in our house, and it's all our respective creativity, genius to be able to manage within this. But you can use this time to do in that triangle that I said, do some experimenting on food or whatever you want to do, okay? Right. I was talking about transferable skills to other industries. Don't only think about hotels. So you can be hospitals. By the way, the managing director of Apollo Hospitals is a student of mine. He's from the hotel industry. Retail, yes, sir, Anand.
Dr. Saab, I would like to ask you one small thing, that all this presentation that you're giving us, it is so nice and it is so good. I have been motivated to write one more book now. I think I'll write one more book based on the way you present is something else altogether. And I have learned a lot. And I think I would like to launch a poll, Dr. Saab, with your permission.
Okay. About
The
what?
title of the poll is, how many of you are going to be, taking up writing as a career after listening to Dr. Sudhir Andrews? Do I have your permission, Dr. Saab?
Of course, definitely.
Thank you, Dr. Saab.
I did just recently with Amity University, I did this thing, how to be a writer.
So the question is, the title of the poll is Effectiveness Poll. And the question I'm asking all the attendees is, what are the chances of you becoming an author after listening to Dr. Sudhir Andrews? And I would like to urge the attendees to be quick, because we are already 1.5 hours into the presentation, and we don't have a lot of time with us. So please quickly poll. I'm giving you 3, 2. I'm going to end the poll quickly, please quickly. 1. And please remember, when I put this finger down, the poll will end. Quickly, quickly. And that's it. Thank you very much, attendees. I'm ending the poll. And I'm not going to tell you the results. I'm going to share the results right away. Dr. Saab, these are the results right in front of you. 32% have said very high they will become an author. They will write. 42% have been very sensible. And they've said that we will not write right away. We will first gain some experience, which is I would say, good.
Which is a very
and
good
the rest
thing.
is in front of you. So all in all, you're going very well, Dr. Saab. You're motivating a lot of students. You're motivating a lot of teachers. You're motivating a lot of industry professionals into writing. I personally feel that writing is a very noble thing.
Thank you.
It's a very noble thing to do, and
Yes,
we must all write at least one book in our lifetime and share whatever we know with the rest of the world. Should I stop sharing, Dr. Saab, with your permission?
Yes, please. You were excellent.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Please carry on.
I want to just give this is my last slide before I show you the clip. You can go into hospitals, retail, catering to corporate offices, catering to schools and colleges, airlines, guest houses, highway motels, food courts, cruise lines, military messes, resorts, restaurants and bars, housekeeping services, cinema halls. So the kind of skills that you gather is much in demand, because one of the things you learn is good soft skills and in working with people, with that any of these people would like to have such kind of people amongst their midst. Now, what I finished here, but what I want to do here now is show you a small clip of what the industry would like to see as a demonstrative unique skill. A clip which shows a demonstrative unique clip. And each one of you are going to make a clip of your own. Now, this particular clip that I'm going to show is very, shall I say, a little over-exaggerated. It's more of show and all. You don't have to be like that, but get an idea as to what the industry would like. Now, when you see this particular clip, if I were a general manager, I would like to have this person any day in my bar. It's about a bar tender, okay? So are we ready with that? I'm stopping my slides. And how do I get out of this? La, 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 la. Can somebody help me with this? I don't know, my clip is, to shift this aside. Close this, okay. Bring this down. Yeah. Now just see this clip. Can you see it?
No, Dr. Saab, we are not able to see anything yet.
Okay, not something now. How do I get it out? It's come on full screen immediately. See, there is a clip now. I have to put share screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but when I bring this, it comes on full, and I can't see the share screen. So can somebody give me a solution to this?
Abhishek, can you please help Dr. Saab?
So, good evening. So, in the sharing option, you must have an option of screen share. The separate portal or separate head is there.
Is it?
Yes,
Should I
sir.
press
So,
share?
yes, when you just press share, in that you have the share screen option.
Share screen option, yeah.
Yes, when you just click it, so your screen will be showing
Split.
whatever you will be playing over there.
Thank you, my dear friend.
Yes,
See, I press that and now say share screen, right?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Did you see? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Sir.
Abhishek.
Darling.
Thank you.
Now you guys know, okay, here's this girl who's a bartender.
There's no sound.
Music only.
Wow. Wow. that's flamboyant, to say the least. Mr. Azhar Hussain and Mr. Ashish Tyagi must be having a time of their lives. They are both from the F&B services, and they are both specialists in drinks and cocktails and mocktails, and they keep feeding me with all these things. Oof. Next level. Next level. Oof.
Okay, my friends, that's it. Uh, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Saab, we can.
I don't know, I've lost my face. Anyway,
You have to stop stop sharing the screen.
yeah, I've done that. Oh yeah, I have to stop here. Yeah, hello.
Yes, we have you. We have you.
So there you are, my dear friends. That little thing is the demonstration of a skill a person has. Of course, this was done absolutely magic. It was. Now, I challenge every student here to make a clip like this, not with bar or whichever is your fun. It may be cooking, it may be a cake, it could be if you want to do revenue management, you can do a case study, or you can challenge the people to ask you any question on revenue management. Here, a person is confident about the skill, has put in a lot of work and research into it, and has made this clip. Now, this clip is what is going to show, you're going to show to the employers. So the employers will say, okay, tell me, give me a demonstrator. I'm going to show you a clip. And it'll be something like that with music. I challenge you to do it. And I ask you, and I ask all the faculty to help them to do this. I'm sure you will. With that, I want to thank you all for this opportunity. Thank you, Anand sir, for all that. And I wish you all the best. And I hope to see you very unique performers, knowledge workers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhir and
Thank you.
Jules.
Any other questions now? Did I answer the question of some, what was that question?
I would like to ask some questions.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I would like to, first of all, thank you so much for gracing this webinar with your presence. I mean, thank you is never enough. We are honored actually having you here. You have been like our mentors, starting from very early age of our the basics of the industry. So you have been with us and guiding us through. So thank you so much for gracing the presence. The question I have is, one is from the management model, which you have shown that we will have more different line work.
We'll have more. Sorry, I'm losing your voice.
The question is about the business model, which you were telling that we will have more of the skilled and employees, more more educated and skilled employees, and less of the managers and supervisors and leaders. So do you think in future we are going to need less of the managers, and there might be some conflict between the specialist of the field and the general managers and the general management on
Good
decision
question.
making?
It's a good question, Azhar. If you saw my very first slide of, or second, third slide of the chart I had made, and there I had said, I had pointed one arrow towards higher education. Okay, if that is your objective, to be a manager of a hotel, then you need to do an MBA. Okay, you'll need to do higher education as an MBA and then try to be the GM. Because now what they're doing is they're recruiting general managers from MBA schools, business schools. Okay, now these people have a different kind of look at the business, and they will have a different kind of attitude altogether, and they'll support the rest of the staff and not interfere in the operations like GMs normally do, because they're not coming from the operational stream. Let the experts do that. There's a lot of empowerment that's going to happen, a lot of delegation that's going to happen. I'm not going to tell you, tell me what you want, and I will see that I give it to you. That's what GMs are going to say. That is what it is.
Thank you
One
so much.
question from my side.
Yes, please.
First of all, like I'm like enlightened to have a interaction with you because we have been graduated studying your books, and I preferably the food and beverage management. But one thing I have really finding your books at the time of student also that your books are straightforward, like they're very simple and easy to understand as compared to the other books. So we used to take help of your food and beverage management while studying at the time of college. So what things that for writing, if I start writing, what things makes us different that we should get directly involved with the person who is going to read the stuff?
See, I'll tell you, when I wrote my books, it was, I had a very clear goal. I had a very clear goal. And that is, I was wanting to write books which will build the foundation, the solid foundation. And therefore, I said it's going to be for the first years and second years. And I left it to the other experts as they go, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who will build a superstructure on that, you know. So my job was only to provide a foundation, and finally I got such a big response from the hospitality fraternity that they've all read my books, but that gave good foundation. But when I was writing, I had another important thing in terms of who am I writing to, you see? So that's the question, answer you have to give. I can't give. Who am I writing for?
Right.
So I said I'm going to write for first and maybe second years. How old will they be? They'll be 18 years, or no, they will be even, they pass out of school, 16, 17, yeah, 18 years and 19 years. What will be their intellectual level? See, I cannot talk about highfalutin things to them. I have to build the foundation gradually. So I made it very simple with few words. People sometimes think that if I write a lot of words, it's a good book. No, brevity. People don't have time now with this thing called laptop and internet and all that. People have started becoming more skimming information, rather than going deep like we used to do before. So you first answer this question to yourself: who am I writing for? And once you've decided upon that, do a little research about those people. What age are they? Which stage of thing are they? Of their career are they? Blah blah blah. And then you write your book with that idea.
So
I hope I answered your question.
one last question from my side, sir.
Dr.
You have been
Sudhir,
talking about workhorses, which would be getting 95%, and 5% is the persons who will be on the top. So, sir, can you elaborate on that? I'm not. I want to ask that. You said that workhorses would be contributing 95%, but they would be on not on the top level or in the star category hotels.
If I understood your question, I haven't understood your question really. What you're saying is 5% will go into the star hotels. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
What
sir.
happens to the 95%
You said
of the
that
people?
persons who are acquiring skills, they would be on top, and the horses would be acquiring the leftover 95% of the opportunities.
Why do you say that? All of them could have a tremendous opportunity, a unique skill. Remember what I'm talking to you about. I'm talking about a unique skill. That is the disruption you're going to have. A unique biryani, a unique cake, or whatever it is. It has to come out of creativity. The day I'm unique with that particular thing, I can get a job anywhere. All of them can get jobs because you're adding value to an organization. So it's they can all. That's why I'm challenging the students. Prepare a thing like this, and they will show it to you, and you judge whether they are up to the mark or not. That's it. Yes, please.
Sir, there is one question, very innocent question from Piyush Shukla. Sir, from where did you found your inspiration of writing your first book? As we know, first time is the hardest.
True, true. I always loved writing. Before the book, I was writing articles, and I found that is my passion. That is my fun. Okay, I like writing. It comes from my genetics. My mother's father was a composer, and he was a writer, and so I got those genes, and I started liking that, doing that. Then I was wanting to write actually a novel, that kind of thing. But it so happened, this is divine intervention again, that Tata, at that time they were called Tata McGraw-Hill, now they're called McGraw-Hill Education. Tata McGraw-Hill approached me. They were seeing the potential of the hotel industry, and then and so they approached me and said, "Can you write books for us? There's no books out there. It is lily crap and all that things were there." So I said yes, because I loved it. And then I wrote the food and beverage service. But let me tell you, when I wrote it, I did a lot of research. You just don't come and say whatever you know, you write it down. You have to have a lot of research. The writing is just 10% of it. 90% is the research to put those things into writing. So there you go. That's how it was with me, the first book.
Dr. Sahab, I would like to launch one last poll, if you allow me.
Yeah.
The last poll is encore.
Okay. What is it?
Once again. The last poll is encore. It is once again. And the question is, the poll has been launched. The question is,